So I finally got my hands on the new Mini Brands masterpieces. They have not been available at my local Walmart, but I did find them on Amazon. So I will link them down below for you guys if you want to go find them for yourselves. But they come in these packs of 2. Super excited to show them to you guys. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Let's open these babies. So after a little bit of ASMR, we come to the manual first. It shows us how to put these paintings together, these masterpieces, because they come disassembled. And you also, even in some of them, come this little box, like if you were shipping them to or from the Smithsonian or a fancy museum. And then also how to put together the easels if you get an easel. So yeah, definitely something to pay attention. There's 50 of these artworks or masterpieces to collect, including sculptures. So that's really fun. I thought that was so cool. So let's open up our first one, and we're gonna get a Piet Mondrian. Now you're gonna have to forgive me if I pronounce these names all wrong, but that is how I read them. And his painting is called the Red, Blue, and Yellow Composition. Very original name, I know. And the little guy on there, the little mouse, was just added for fun by Mini Brands because it really doesn't, it's not on the original painting. And then we're going to put on what is called the stretcher frame. Now I looked this up, and that's what it's called. It's where the canvas is stretched on and stapled to the wood frame. So it's just basically a wood frame. And then in this case, you're just going to stick it on. Once you take those pieces of plastic off, the canvas is sticky. So you just wrap it around the little plastic frame. So I think it's really cool how they package these little pieces of artwork, these masterpieces. Some of them, I have to confess, I did look up because I didn't know who the painter was. But you're thinking about it as you're putting together your own little collection of masterpieces, as you're putting this canvas onto the frame. And the canvas even has the little lines. It looks like it's actually stapled to the frame, to the faux wood frame, because it's actually plastic, but you stick it on there. Really cool how they designed this whole little capsules. I think it's fun, especially for a younger generation, to learn about artwork. And now you get your little modern frame to put it into. And our next piece of artwork is actually called The Creation of Adam. And this painting is actually found on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in Vatican City, but they decided to give us one in a little painting on a little canvas. And I put that one together as well, put it in its frame, which it really doesn't exist that way, but super cool. And I also noticed when I put the zoom lens on, you can see how these paintings are raised on the canvas, which I thought was super cool. The next little package has a paint palette. So I thought that was super cool. You get a little paint palette that was used and a little brush. Be your own little painter. Next, we have what every paint or art collector needs: a magnifying glass. Thought that was super cute. And it comes with a warning. Do not put this on the sun. I mean, you don't want to burn yourself because it is actually magnifying, as you can see here. So you can see the details of the artwork up close. And the next masterpiece that I found was Leonardo da Vinci's other famous lady. This one's called Lady with an Ermine. Never heard of that animal. That was quite interesting to read about. It's not the Mona Lisa I was hoping for, but it was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. And this is what we have in our first masterpieces, mini brands. Still got 3 more to go. So the first packet I opened was our magnifying glass. So after opening up the first easel and putting it together, and super cool that you get to piece this together and have a place where to display your masterpieces. Very well thought out mini brands, very well thought out. The first masterpiece found in the surprise ball looks to be by Ivan Ivanovsky, Shipwreck in the Storm, which is very dramatic, very cool. Of course, we've got to put it together. Also, the frames are very fancy looking. I really like the little detail. And now we have an easel to put it on. Super cool. And because this painting is dark with a lot of details, this is where your magnifying glass comes in handy. Get to see all the little details. And the next one is, drum roll please, The Great Wave off Kanagawa by Hokusai. And you have no idea how many times I've repeated that to get it right. And the next masterpiece we uncover is Foxes by Franz Marc. And I apparently have it oriented wrong. But I mean, come on. Could you understand it? So these are all the paintings I found in this surprise blind ball by Mini Brands for the Masterpiece series. Very cool. And I was excited to see what was in this next surprise ball, and I got a duplicate. But that's okay, because I'm going to be taking all my duplicates, not just for the Masterpiece series, putting it all together in a little fun package to send to one of my subscribers. So I'll be doing that announcement for the giveaway coming up soon. So stay tuned for that, which will include a magnifying glass too. So now we get a new one. And this one's by one of my favorite painters, Vincent van Gogh. And this one's called The Night Café. It's actually pretty cool. And I loved, again, the raised detail on the little canvas. Next, we get another easel. And here's the instructions on how to put it together. And on this one, I did struggle to snap this one in place, you guys. I don't know if my fingers are not strong enough or what, but I finally gave up and I brought out my jewelry tweezers. My jewelry pliers, I mean. I'm like, nope, not gonna happen. But you have to just still be gentle because it is plastic, so you definitely break it. But I finally snapped that piece into place and put the rest of it together. And there it is, ready to display my beautiful Van Gogh. Let's move on to our next surprise ball. And the very first one I opened is a very popular one by Leonardo da Vinci. We've all seen this one many, many times, the Vitruvian Man. And then I opened what I thought was a duplicate, but something strange happened that I discovered later that I'll explain to you in just a minute here. Here's another one I thought was a duplicate. And an easel that I did need on another magnifying glass. And as I'm checking these off, I can explain now that some of these might seem like duplicates, but they're not. Mini Brands did something cute or interesting and put little details in there and some paintings that are not in the originals. So they look like duplicates, but they're not. If you look at them up close, like this one has a mouse. There's another one out there without the mouse, which is the original painting. So something to keep an eye out for if you're opening up your own masterpieces. So these are all the ones I got and all 4 balls. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.